I'm camping and I found some pretty cool knife deals. Let me show them to you. Hey everybody, thanks for coming back for another video this day, and I'm glad you're here with me today. So I'm camping right now. I'm right on the water. It's right here behind me if you can see that. But the weather was terrible this morning. It was kind of foggy and overcast, and it was misting rain. And we brought the boat with us with the intention to do some fishing. Today we're hoping still to get out tomorrow and do some fishing, but we decided since the weather wasn't that great and everything, we'd drive around and hit some of these thrift stores, because I'm about an hour away from home and we normally don't get down in this area and do any thrift store shopping or anything like that. And we stopped in an antique store and I found some stuff. But before I show you what I found, I just wanted to show you the main things that I bring with me camping. This right here is always on my belt. It's my combination multi-tool pouch with a flashlight holder on it, and this is my Victorinox multi-tool. This thing already came in handy. I had to put a new fuel filter on my boat. I use this to put the new fuel filter on my boat. So we have that with the flashlight, always handy. And then for the camp kitchen, you may have seen some of these knives before in past videos. I just wanted to show you these real quick before I show you the new ones that I got today. This is my camp kitchen knife. I always take this with me camping for food prep and doing all that kind of stuff around in the camp kitchen. And it's a 420C stainless steel blade with an ebony handle that I made a number of years ago. I've made a few of these. And then this one I made a leather sheath for it to store it in, because I take this one camping. And then I also have my trusty hatchet. This is an old Dunlap carpenter's hatchet. And this one here, I put a belt clip on it, one of those metal belt clips that I bought a number of years ago. I bought a bunch of these, and they will not slip off of your belt because they have that little tab right there that once it's clipped onto your belt, it won't slip back off again. And yeah, I crafted this leather sheath for it. And what else did I do to this? I put some leather around the handle, and the only modifications I did to the hatchet head actually is I ground this out. I left the nail puller in, but I ground this out just so that you can choke up on it if you want to do some finer work, just by, you know, grinding out that little section right there. It makes it a lot more comfortable to use for, so it's, you know, it's perfect for hammering in your tent pegs or processing firewood, making kindling, all that kind of stuff you normally use a hatchet for. But you can do some carving with it and finer carpentry work and stuff too. And yeah, you can see it's Dunlap USA stamp there. There's just an old one I had laying around, I've had for a long time, and did a little modification to it. I cleaned it up and made this case for it here. And I put a lanyard on it and wrapped some thin leather around the handle. I just used thin leather so the grip wouldn't be too big. And I always take that with me when I go camping. And then I always have also my machete I made. And then I have a little fixed blade. I've changed this out a number of times, and I thought I'd put this little guy on here, and this little stag handled knife, and see how well I like it on there. It's a handy little size. It's very comfortable, and it's stainless steel. And I made this a long time ago. But yeah, so it just slips in here in its own little sheath. That's attached to the machete sheath by these Velcro straps. And then the machete itself, if you haven't seen it before, I made this out of stainless also. This is 440 stainless. And it's a short machete. It's only about a 12-inch blade. I've got a little nick in it right here I need to fix. But I mirror polish that side of the blade. So you use that as a mirror or for signaling, and then just kind of a brushed finish on this side and the other half of the blade. But it's very comfortable, and you know, I made the handle for myself to fit my hand, and I love this machete. So it just slips in this leather sheath, and that concludes the main knives that I take with me, in addition to what I have in my pockets, you know. So, like I said, we went to an antique store, and these aren't antiques, but they were in an antique store. I found this guy right here. It still has a price tag on it. It's a Coleman Western, and this is the R16 pattern, drop point with a rubber grip. Yeah, and it has a nice thong hole in it, and it didn't come with a sheath, so I'll have to make a sheath for it. Not quite sure when they made these. Leave a comment down there if you know. Stainless, R16 USA. And then it has an M under there. I guess that might be a date code. I'm not sure. Yeah, not quite sure, but there's that one. And then I also found this one, and it's a little Western bird and trout knife I picked up. Stainless steel, has a not quite identical handle, but very similar to the other one, with the finger grooves in it. And this one is a Western R2 rack. It's molded in rack here in the handle. Has a nice textured grip. I'm generally not a big fan of these finger grooves in handles because everybody's hands are different. It's not entirely comfortable, but I may make a new handle for it. We'll see. But this one was $18. Kind of weird. This one was $14 and this one was $18. And it's smaller, but that was the price in the store. So I think I did pretty good on those. I think that was a pretty good deal. And then I found this buck, and I only got it. It's a buck 371, 3-blade Stockman, and the main blade's been broke off and reground, and they didn't do a fantastic job doing that, and it really needs a good cleaning, and there's some rust down in there and pocket lint and all that stuff, you know. So I'm going to clean that up. That's just a little project knife I picked up. And then I stopped at a pawn shop today, and I got this guy for $2. And the only reason I got it is for this mechanism right here. I'm going to make a folding silky type saw, and this one here, the blade isn't that long. Not sure what the blade is on this, but it's got this push button locking mechanism. You push it down and then it swings out, and let's see if you can hear it click in place. And I thought, for $2, no telling how much time I'll spend making just that mechanism. And here I've got it. I can repurpose it in my folding saw. So I got that just for that little mechanism there, and I might use the blade for something else. It's rusty, but I might find another use for it. Make a little pocket saw out of it or something like that, maybe. And then this thing here, I was at a Goodwill, and I found this thing up at the front counter, and it was marked $14.99, and I'd never seen anything like it before. So let me show this to you. It's Gentleman's Hardware. It's made in China, but it's not marked China anywhere on it. None of the blades are, you know, have any kind of manufacturer of origin on them. But I mean, the quality seems pretty darn good on this thing. So it's like an outdoor chef folding multi-tool thing. It's got a spoon. Look how long that is. I mean, you use that to, you know, stir up a big pot or whatever. You could use that for. Have you ever seen a cheese grater on a pocket knife? Look at that. Is that not unique or what? So it's got a folding cheese grater on this. And I looked them up. They still make these. Gentleman's Hardware. And they have all kinds of multi-tools available. All different types. You know, smaller than this. This is pretty big and chunky, you know. But this one here was $57. It's $57 new now, and $14.99 for it. Let me show you these other blades real quick, and then I'll show you another feature it has. So it's got the cheese grater. It's got a peeler blade. Look at that, to peel your vegetables with. All seems like pretty good quality stainless. I mean, but you know, the fit and finish is pretty nice actually. So here's a combo can opener and cap lifter blade right there. And then right here, I can't open that one yet. I'll show you why. So we've got the main blade right there. And then we have this guy. And I was like, what in the world is that thing for? It's a garlic press. And to press garlic with on a pocket knife. Can you imagine? Then we have a serrated blade. Pretty nice serrated blade right here. And I'll close that one up. And then I showed you that one already. And then we have right here this funky looking blade. I had to look this one up. I had no idea what this was for, but it's kind of sharpened on this side right there, and it's got a little bit of a bend to it right here going this way, and it's a zester. Say you got a lemon or a lime and you want the zest off of it, you use this little thing right here, and there's your zester. And then I forget what they call this, but it's some kind of another blade that you could use for some other type of culinary task on that blade. And then last but not least, and then I'll let you go. So last but not least, you've got this blade, which is a fork. Another, there again, like it's just as long as the spoon. And once you open this fork, it has this little funky shape to it right here. And that holds it together, and then you can separate them. And you can use them separately. So now they've got the fork and the spoon on one side. That may be a design flaw. They should have had them separate so you could use them both. Yeah, it just slips back together like that. And then pull it down. And then rotate the fork down, and once the fork's down, it's all locked together. Look at that, and it's secure. It's really locked good. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool. I'm gonna use this thing. I want to keep it in my camping gear. Why not? You know, it's not like it's a collector's item or it ever will be, but it's a good, useful, practical tool. You know, to have when you're camping. It's got all kinds of stuff on it. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I thought I'd share it with you all. Yeah, so I appreciate you watching. Got plenty more videos in the future like this one, so see you in the next one.